All right, good morning, guys. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You know what? I want to put that sign on. Hold on. Is this it? There we go. The shutter speed is a little... What's my shutter speed at? Whatever. You'll see it flashing a little bit back there. The shutter speed needs to be decreased. So it doesn't blink like that, but well, oh well. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Is PayPal still going down? It's a good question, actually. Did it end up going down? Oh, wow. Yeah, under that 82 level. Shit. All day. Wow. Damn, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't really pay attention to it yesterday. Fuck. Yeah, right into that 76 spot. Yeah, there it is. Right under that 82. Into that 76. That was a nice short. Yeah, just watch out for 76 there, Stams. Just be careful that 76. You probably get something there. We'll bounce. We'll bounce at 76, probably back into 82, and then you look to reshort it at 82. That's what I would look for. All right. Yeah, it required a lot of patience for sure. All right, guys, good morning. Welcome back. Some China stuff going on overnight. Not seeing that much of a reaction to it. It's sort of with Apple more than anything. We do have non-farm employment change today at 8:15. We got ISM Services PMI at 10 o'clock. We did have Google and AMD earnings. Both of them down on earnings. AMD just, I don't know, man. Just sort of just disappearing. It's a disappearing act by AMD. Google down, I think probably on CapEx. So we'll see. Some big levels down here on Google, 190, 185. I would be watching those. So I'm going to definitely watch them today for some opportunity. Steezy, thank you. Stefan. Thanks, man. Appreciate you joining the stream. Yeah, Broadcom. So just sort of talking about some things that happened overnight. Broadcom, big upside move in the overnight session because of the CapEx spending for Google. So that was big for Broadcom. Really nice move there. Potential of filling that gap today if we hold above 227. We'll talk about that. That would be very interesting. Am I dumping your AMD? Do you mean the YOLO call? I mean, it's dead, right? I mean, that's the reason you. I mean, if it has any value left, it'll still have some value. They're Marches, so yeah, I'm dumping it. Broadcom, have some of this overnight, so that should look really good overnight. What else? Costco, man. Oh my God, Costco. Oh, this stock, man. Crushed this thing. Costco. Who remembers the 100 SMA? Who remembers this? Team Cost. We talked about the retest of the 100 SMA. How every single time Costco has come back to the 100 SMA, it has been a sick long opportunity. Look at this one, man. This is probably the best long opportunity of all of them, right? In terms of just pure aggression to the upside, this looks like it's actually the strongest upside move off the daily 100 out of every single one, right? Look at these. 100 SMA up, 100 SMA up, 100 SMA up, and 100 SMA up. Sick. What a stock. Damn. So, yeah, some cool stuff going on. What else? This morning, Uber reported earnings, down slightly. Not too bad. And then tonight, we got some earnings. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Yeah. Help me get to 100K, man. I need help. I need your help. All right. Let's do it. Economic calendar. So today, non-farm employment change 8:15. Let's see what happens there. 10 minutes. We'll see what happens on that today. ISM services 10 o'clock. So we can be a little bit careful before 10 o'clock today. Maybe wait that 30 minutes again. I've been loving doing that. Just waiting those 30 minutes. Let that data come out. That has been great. Let's see that. And then tomorrow, unemployment claims. Friday, our normal stuff. Nothing crazy. So that's that. Let's go ahead and pull up the earnings calendar real quick. Earnings calendar. 1 second. Pulling that up. Earnings calendar, right. Where the hell is it? There it is. The hell? All right. Okay. Uber. Disney had good earnings this morning. That's right. Disney good earnings. Maybe helps Netflix a little bit today. I think Netflix is actually one of my top watches today. We'll talk about it. Uber this morning. Qualcomm tonight. ARM tonight. Those are two big ones for the semiconductors. Tomorrow, Eli Lilly. And Eli Lilly's been on an interesting move. Something I'll talk about today. Roblox, Peloton, Amazon on Thursday. Elf, Cloudflare, Affirm, Pinterest. And that's about it. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about the Nasdaq futures. All right. So it's been a very difficult market, guys. I mean, I want to say something, before we start, just sort of get you the bigger picture here, guys. Man, we have been sideways for a very long time. A very long time. Is Disney going down? Is it really? It went up, and now it's going down. Oh, shit. What a turnaround. What a U-turn for the mouse. Damn. All right. Anyways, so Disney's not going up. We have been sideways for a very long time without much sort of, just the market doesn't feel like it wants to go. It doesn't feel like it wants to go anywhere. It doesn't feel like it wants to go down. It doesn't feel like it wants to go up. It just feels like it just wants to stay sideways. And so I can guarantee you that we're going to look back at this period, guys, maybe later this year and say, boy, oh boy, am I happy I stayed sort of patient in there, right? I would, right? Right now, we're just simply ping-ponging off technical levels. That's really all it is, right? You get some maybe intraday volatility, but really it's just ping-ponging off these key technical levels. And the sort of tighter we get to the center of this channel, the worse and worse it's going to get, right? So we hit that, that 22.2 last week. We had that major gap down. We hit it again here, major gap down, right? So major gap downs off supply highs. We've had major demand holds at demand lows. Bam, 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 right? Same exact thing over and over again. And overall, we just sit sideways. So through all of the micro volatility, all the intraday volatility that you're seeing, if you just take a second and zoom out, right? There is really no reason to have any type of major bias or major direction idea on this market. It is just simply not there. So please understand that. This is why I made that video that I did, that I'm going to be scalping from this point forward until something changes. There is really no reason to be really aggressively swing trading in this channel. Now, there's an outlier which sort of upsets me, and that is Costco, because we absolutely crushed this thing. But I got out because I was just not liking that market condition. But you know what? Sometimes things go in sort of outlier, and of course that's Costco. But oh well, right? And it is what it is. I think I did the right thing. So we have those lows, right? We have these highs, and we are just sitting sideways, right? So we need to understand this, guys. We need to understand this. We have to understand this when we come into every single trading day. We need to understand that the tendency is that moves don't continue, right? We just need to tailor our mindset. We need to tailor our trading strategy. We need to tailor what we're looking for. If we're typically looking for a couple points on the Nasdaq, or let's say your typical whatever. Let's just make hypotheticals, right? Let's say you're looking for 20 points on the NQ or 10 points on the ES or 5, whatever it might be, right? Maybe you need to like cut it in half, right? Or just look for like really quick scalps, because trusting something to continue in this market just simply is not there, right? It's just simply not there. And every day is just a struggle to get anything. So it's a great, for someone, for someone that has a healthy relationship with the market, it's probably right to just simply not look at the market. That's it. Just don't even trade. But I know I can't do that, right? I can't, right? I'm going to be here. I'm going to do the right thing to, keep it light and not blow up my account. But there's no way I can't watch the market. It's just simply not possible for me. It's just an addiction, and it would feel like I'm naked if I'm not looking at the market. So, I'm still going to be here and focus on what's going on, but we need to really understand, guys, it's just not something that's going to give those big opportunities, those big continuation trades. It's just not there, right? It's just not there. So, Nasdaq, let's talk about some levels. 21,700, bam, 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 bam. And yesterday, once again, bam. This was a beautiful fade point yesterday. This was exactly what we had in the chat. Red alert, if you guys remember, 21.7, we started to flip from the long side to the short side around midday, and actually took my best trade of the day shorting this upside at 21.7. So beautiful, beautiful realization there yesterday, right? This is the things you need to realize on the intraday. You need to sometimes take a second, blink your eyes, sit back in your chair and say, okay, where have we traded up into, right? Where have we traded up into? What are the levels we're starting to get close to, right? Before I just, I need to stop salivating looking for upside, and I need to pay attention, okay, where have we traded up into? We have traded, yesterday, we pretty much just faded higher right into that major supply level, right? And that was the high. That was it. That was all the bulls we're going to get yesterday, was that push into 21.7. That's all you can expect, especially in a market that does not break out of key levels, right? So perfect realization yesterday, and perfect fades towards end of day off that level. Beautiful. Now, today, unfortunately, you are back under this 21,560 level, right? You can see right here, and you have failed back below it. Where yesterday, you can see, look at these holds. See those holds that came in above 560? That was this previous high and these previous lows. You see how you tried to hold above that right here, right? Unfortunately, you are back below it, right? And if you are back below it, this now becomes a rejection point today. So that is what your first thing you're watching today. Can we get maybe some fades, some short side trades off that 21,560 today? That is something you could look for. Where does that probably go? I would say there's a 90% chance that you just trade from here to here, and then you go here, and then you close the day, right? I would say that's about a 90% chance today. That's my read, right? Maybe you can get a short off 560 today. Maybe you can find a long off 350, and that's about all you're going to get, right? Done. Day's done, right? Rest of the day is just nonsense. It's just noise, total random action. There's really only two trades here or here today, in my opinion. If it's not there or there, right, that means you would be breaking back above this 560, which means something is keeping this market very strong, right? And if that happens, then maybe you get another push towards 700, right? Maybe you get another push towards 700 right here. If you hold above 560, you'll go to 700. I would say the more likely scenario is maybe a fail back under these lows, these highs, right? Failure, break, retest, rejection, maybe a short down into that 350. Everyone's going to panic as if the market is tanking and we're done for. And really all it is another channel trade, and we stay sideways to end the day, right? That seems to be the very common, the very expected, in my opinion, move of the day. So if you do trade that, you're going to have to understand that, this is all you're going to get, right? That's all you're going to get. You're not going to get more than that. You might, but you can't really expect that. 350, we break below that, we'll go to 260. Below that, we'll go to 150, and we'll just keep watching those downside demand levels. Non-farm out, what's the move? Anything? Not a whole hell of a lot. Not a whole hell of a lot. All right. CNBC alert. USPS says it will resume accepting inbound packages from China. Why did that happen last night? Why did they stop it? Now they're resuming it. Literally, 12 hours later? USPS. All right, so nothing there. Let's keep moving. QQQ. QQQ. Let's go to the levels. Intraday. And here is your zone of the day. You guys can see right here. Is that that's not a real candle, right? It's just a wick. Here's your levels of the day. 525 right here. Rejection, rejection. Yesterday, perfect double top, perfect rejection. Love it. All right, love it. You can see right there. If we get back up into that level today, another possible fade point. Very nice fade point if we do get there today. I would definitely look for that. To the downside, it looks to be 517. It looks to be right here at these lows, at this Monday low, and right around this 20 and 50 SMA. So I would say think about this as a bell curve, right, guys? Think about the bell curve, right? There's your very nice bell curve. What is the likelihood? What are the probabilities, right, of a bell curve, right? You have the percentage point sort of probabilities. Let me go ahead and make this as beautiful as I possibly can. All right, there's your bell curve. There's sort of your, I would say it is more than likely that you stay within this zone today, right? And if you go here or here, those are outliers, right? That's actually a very pretty chart I just made. I really like that bell curve I just made. Very clean bell curve. So yeah, it's just distribution, standard deviations, right? Your normal standard deviation, right? You would stay within this zone, and if not, you're gonna go here or go here, right? You're just gonna have to think that way. So if we're gonna trade this, right, you are in the center of this. I could not tell you which way this goes. I cannot tell you which way this goes, right? Right at the open, if we open right here, I have no clue, right? Because you could either go this or this. You're in the exact 50% retracement of this channel, right? Look, here to here, 50% is exactly where you're trading. So you have no edge here, right? If you just take a random trade here, I mean, how do you know it's not going to go this way or this way? How do you know that? You don't, right? Your trade either comes here, right, for maybe a pullback long, or your trade comes here for a drop or a pop and fade of 525. Okay? If you break under that 517, maybe you can look for a little scalp short into 514, right? You could look for that. If you drop under 514, you'll get your scalp short into 511, which is a huge move down here and a very large demand. Okay? You have been in the same relative channel for the first 2 days of this trading day, of this trading week. Right here, Monday, right here, Tuesday, and here you are again. Okay? Please lower your position sizes, your expectations, and just everything as you trade in this type of environment. You have to do it, right? It is so, so crucial. You are not looking back yesterday and saying, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't have my best trading day ever, right? I can't believe I had missed all that action and I have such FOMO from looking at the market trade sideways for 2 days, right? These are really important sort of psychological things, guys, that is going to stop you from just blowing up your account on a day that this market goes sideways. You need to remember this. ES 6065, that was our exact supply yesterday, and that was the exact high of day. Right? Beautiful. This was our exact 6065 high coming into the live stream yesterday, and this was the exact high of day. So levels spot on again, 6050 to 6065. Clear as day supply zone, clear as day sell point. Do not go long up into this red zone above. The only way you long here is if you get a clean hold above this level, which is still not happening. Okay? So If you get up into this zone, it is more than likely you're going to see a fade until you get above that 60-65. As you move lower, it is more than likely you're going to see holds down into this 59.85 and 6,000 zone, right? You trade back to here today, more than likely you're going to get a hold down in this demand zone. And also, the 100 SMA is now at 59.85, right? Look at this, 100 SMA, 59.85. That's a very possible bounce point if we sort of extend to the downside in a sideways channel, right? This is your channel right there. Here is your distribution, right? Here's your more than likely. I'm a sick fuck. So 60, 50, 60, 65, 59.85, 6,000. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. I'm 30 years old. 60, 65, 6,000 lows. It's, I mean, it's just the same channel, right? If we break under 59.85 in the 100 SMA, we will go lower into 59.50. We'll go lower into 59.50, okay? Under 59.85, we go lower into 59.50, right there. Oh, man. Try to have some fun with it, huh? SPY. Same thing. It's the same exact thing. Same levels as yesterday. Same everything. 602, 596, 594. Here's your channel. Right? You need to get out of it. You need to get out of it. You need to get over 602, or you need to really get under 594. Right? That is the zone. Right? That's it. Pullback could be longs as long as you're over 594. Pops are fades as long as you're under 602. Right? That's your trade. You look for the pop and fade, drop and pop. Same here and here and here, possibly here and here and here and here. If you get above 602, that's where the trade actually starts to fire, right? That's where you could actually look for a continuation trade over 602. If you get above that, you get into 606, most likely. If you get under 594, you're going into 590, right? Under 594 on a break and retest rejection, you're going to 590. I would really, really just focus on the major spots, especially when you're in this type of trade, guys. I think one of the biggest problems for traders, newer traders, is they just can't understand the concept that the only real trade sets up at a key level, right? If you are looking at let's say you're suckered into the charts today, right? Bell rings, bing, ding, 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 right? You're looking at the charts. Oh, my God, look at Broadcom. Oh, my God, look at Nvidia. Oh, my God, look at Netflix. Guys, if we are not here or here on the SPY, I can guarantee you that you're at a very high likelihood of losing on that trade, right? Whatever it might be. You need to line up your trade with these levels, okay? If your trade idea lines up with this level or this level, you have a very high likelihood, I'd say, of being right? If you're looking for, let's say, a little meta rejection of 705 today, right? Let's say meta's up at 705. You're starting to see some failures at that all-time high, and you're also seeing some failures on the SPY at 602, right? If that starts to line up together, you probably are going to get that trade to work, right? Or let's say you have, Nvidia, or let's say Broadcom pulling back to that retest today around 270, 270 something? 227, sorry. Wow, it's actually pushing off that right now. But let's say, right, you got Broadcom coming down into that 227, right? You're getting into that key demand on Broadcom. You need to have it line up with the SPY, right? If it lines up with the SPY, you're going to have a high probability of being right, right? But if you're lining up along with the ES in the dead center of this channel, if that ES drops, you're not going to be right? If that ES drops, Broadcom ain't holding that demand, right? If that ES pops, Meta ain't going on. Meta's breaking out, right? So You got to line it up with these market levels. You have to wait for these to line up. If not, you're just taking random trades because you're bored, because you feel like you should take something, you feel like something's there, and that is probably 90% of what your losing trades are, right? 90% of your losses are because you're not trading with market levels. You're just taking 50-50 shots. I'm guilty of this too, guys. Trust me, I don't talk like this because I'm like some perfect fucking prophecy that doesn't do this stuff. I do it too. But I can tell you every time I make a bad trade, I know it's because it's not lined up with the market. That's exactly why I'm wrong almost every single time, because it's just not lined up with the market. Whether it be I long something and the SPY starts to reject supply and I get stopped out, or I short something and the market's down near demand and it stops me out, right? That is pretty much 90% of my losses, right? That's it. That's 90% of my losses right there. And if you want more talks like this, you know, these sort of dive deep talks that I really get passionate about, go ahead and go to the link down below and show me some interest in the mentorship, man. This is something I'm going to really get passionate about soon. I'm going to try my best to get more, you know, really just more focused on helping. You know, sometimes it's a lot, man, when you trade and you have to then make content, but I'm really going to push myself to do this more. You know, if this type of information and stuff, you know, these talks, you want to be live with me and do recaps and webinars, stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to do this every day on this live stream. It's just not something I'm going to do. But if you want to get some of that information, check it out down below. It's something that I'm working on. It's not out yet. It probably won't be out for a long time, but you know, show me some interest. It's a lot of work. All right. So that's that. That's your little spiel for today. Let's continue. IWM. Yeah, you like that segue right there? That's a good segue. That was a good little salesman tactic there. No? I mean, hey, it is what it is. You guys know I provide good value. I'm not a bullshitter. You know, if you want to ride with me on that, you know, go ahead. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. But there you go. Good little sales tactic there, no? I'm always gonna fuck around, man. It's just, you gotta have fun with it. 230 IWM. 230 IWM. Big level there, right? IWM, not a bad hold here. I mean, really not a bad hold on IWM at that 223, 230, right? 230, right? It's really, you know, I mean, IWM sideways, but yesterday was a decent hold for the IWM. Right, but again, it's completely sideways. So, that's that. Dow Jones, yep, we're basically right in between I figured this is exactly what it was going to look like. 44 to 45, we're in the center of that, right? Look, remember our 44 to 45? So we rejected our 45, we bounced our 44, and here we are right in the center of it. So, again, guys, 45, 44, center of the channel. And that's it. All right, so we need some breaks, man. We need some breaks. Before we can get confident to either direction. SMH, we'll go over that real quick. SMH holding that demand low. It's a good demand low hold, right? It's the same demand low hold that's happened every single other time for the last 5 months, right? Right there. It's just a complete sideways market. It's actually wild to me that this has gone sideways for so long. I really don't quite understand it. It's such a weird, to me, it's such a weird, it's got to be that it's overvalued or it's got to be that it's over-owned by hedge funds, something along those lines, right? Semis, I just think it's like it's the best and most interesting, you know, future sector, and it just doesn't move. It's very bizarre to me, right? This just doesn't move. Interesting, right? I really do believe that at some point in our future, this is gonna look. I'm almost guarantee. Let's put it this way. I'm extremely confident in my thought that this eventually we will look back and say, "Wow, was that an opportunity?" Right? I really believe that. That is a very large belief in my mind. We will look back at this consolidation on the SMH and say, "Holy shit, that was an opportunity." I believe that. Now, could this take a year, right? Yeah, it probably could, right? This could take long, right? Longer. Market can stay, what's the saying? The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay, what is it? Someone tell me what it is. Market can stay irrational longer than you can stay sane or something like that. I know that's not it, but it's something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the situation here, right? I mean, this could go sideways for, before, and by the time it makes a move, you're just sort of losing your mind, right? Before it actually makes a move. Longer than you can stay solvent, right? So, yeah, right. That's this situation right here. You might be losing your mind by the time this actually makes a move because you've been watching it so long. So that's unfortunate, but all right, let's continue. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Guys, here's what I'll say, okay? I only have one thing to talk about Tesla because talking about Tesla on the intraday is pointless. The only thing I'll say about Tesla intraday is it's got to get over 400, okay? So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about the intraday stuff. It has to get over 400. If it's under 400, it's a waste of time. Now, I will say this, okay? This is what I want to point out, and this is something I want you to pay attention to, over the next coming weeks to months. Now, I don't know how long this takes either, but this is something I would pay attention to, okay? I would say there is a very, 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 very high likelihood that there is going to be a move here eventually on Tesla, right? This is a very good silent consolidation, right? It's sort of that silent consolidation that, people are starting to forget about it, right? This is when Tesla was sexy, when it was going straight up, right? And, now it's just sort of silent, right? But this is the time that a lot of things start to happen, right? This is that sexy, consolidation. Everyone starts forgetting about it. Oh, my God, Tesla's a piece of shit, right? It's going back to $100 a share, right? We're going straight back down. That's this period right here when retail traders just aren't as horned up about Tesla anymore, right? Because it's not going vertically upside. And that's when you really should be paying attention to it, right? You don't trade it, so to say. I don't think you need to be trading Tesla, but do not lose sight of this, okay? Do not lose sight of this. This will wake up at some point, right? I think it's just a nice break consolidation, right? This is now like 6-7 weeks of consolidation on Tesla. Let's watch it, okay? Let's not forget about this thing. Something will set up. But for now, it's very clear that it's dead, right? It's dead. It's stuck in the mud, right? It's just in quicksand right now. So there's nothing here yet. I wouldn't be involved in it yet, right? But I'm basically just monitoring Tesla on a daily basis and making sure that I'm not forgetting about it. That's it. All right, Nvidia. I think it's an interesting reclaim back above these lows. I do, right? I think that is actually quite important for Nvidia, right? Right here. The fact that it's back above that 118, I think is very important, actually. This is the day where everyone thought Nvidia was going to go to like $50, right? And Nvidia basically quickly built right back above, right, over these lows. So I think, obviously there's underwater shorts here. There's a lot of underwater shorts here, right? Anyone short under that 118 here is now underwater if this can hold above these lows, right? So underwater shorts right down here. I think that's important, right? I think it's important that it's maintaining above. If it does hold above that 118, I would say it probably could trade back towards these highs again. It's the same exact thing, here to here, right? Here, here to here, little bounce here, right? Bounce, bounce. Probably the same thing to some extent. Maybe up to the 200 SMA, right, is the first one. 122.80, right around there. That's probably a watch, okay? If you can get higher, maybe the 127s, and then, maybe back to that 129, 130. But for now, I think it's good that Nvidia is back over that 118. I will show you guys something that, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. This is just my one little, this will be one last thing I show to you, and then we'll move on from this. Something I don't look at much, but I saw this floating around on the Twitter sphere online. I saw people talking about this, so I said, hey, let me check that out. It's actually quite interesting. So The last time you had a bullish divergence on Nvidia was right here. This was back in July 30th to August 5th. You had a low and a lower low on price. And on that, you had a low and higher low on the RSI, right? So that's bullish divergence. When you have a RSI that's a higher low with price being a lower low, that is a bullish divergence. And the last time that happened, you had a 42% upside move on Nvidia. Does that mean it's going to happen again? Absolutely fucking not. However, you can see that it's exactly the same thing again here. So what's happening here on Nvidia? It's bullish divergence again. Here's a low. Here's a lower low. When that happened, you guys can see right here, you had a higher low on the RSI, right? It's the exact same thing. It literally looks identical. Could that mean that this is the low, right? Could that mean that a bullish divergence is the low? It could. It could. It definitely could, right? It's definitely something that's interesting. You have a higher low on the RSI, lower low on the price. That's the exact same thing. It's the only other time this happened on Nvidia was right here. I've looked through this whole chart. The only other time I found this happen on Nvidia was right here back in July and August. Now, of course, you know, there's other things to consider. You got the 200 SMA down here, which it did hold above. And obviously the 200, it's happening right near the 200 SMA again. So pretty interesting. Do I, would I just, mindlessly long it because of that? Probably not. But an interesting thing to look at, to watch, to see if that actually plays out. That would be something special, right? Could you imagine looking back and seeing that actually be the thing that played out? Interesting. So let's see. Regardless, I will not. I mean, to think that Nvidia is not a buying opportunity is just, you're just drinking the Kool-Aid of panic. It's absolutely a buying opportunity. It depends on your time horizon, right? For the next 6 months, you'll get the Timmies and Jimmies telling me that I'm wrong about Nvidia, and then 3 years from now, when they're all, when they're all liquidated and they have no money left, I'll be sitting on my Nvidia, 1,000, 2,000 Nvidia shares at $100, $90 a share, and I'll be, loving life, right? It all depends on your time horizon, right? Do we think Nvidia is lower in 2-3 years? No. Okay. Why? Because it's not. And why not buy shares? But, of course, over the next 6 months, the next 3 months, you'll get the Timmies and Jimmies in the chat. Desi, you should have bought puts, right? You're so stupid for buying that pullback. Nvidia's going lower, right? And then, maybe a year from now, it's back to 140, 150, 160, 200. It's the same story over and over again. So that's that. Let's continue. AMD. Now, this one's a different story. AMD shit. Where is this going down to? I have no idea, man. Moral of the story, I think from the earnings is that Nvidia is eating AMD's lunch. I think that's just sort of the moral of the story here. Man, I don't know. I don't even think I'm interested in looking at it. I think you can just look to fade it, really. I think the only really trade here is to fade it, right? I'd fade 110. I'd fade 113 all day. If you can get a 113 pop, this would be a fade all day. If you can get a right here, right here, right here, if you can get a pop and fade at 113, I definitely watch that. Okay? I definitely watch that. Okay? Broadcom, love this stock, man. Love this stock. Broadcom is trading as the leader of the semiconductors, by the way. I want to point that out. This is the leading semiconductor right now. Broadcom. TSM also, but Broadcom is the leading semiconductor in terms of price action, right? I don't care about metrics. I care about price action in the here and now, what's actually happening on this chart. This is the strongest semiconductor by far. So if you want to be part of a comeback on a semiconductor, this is probably the one to watch, right? Broadcom, huge upside move overnight because of CapEx on Google, getting back above the 227 level and the daily 20 today, right here. Look at that daily 20 and 227. That is definitely a spot to watch long today. You can see that is a previous high, and you can look for that to hold right here, right? That's a break and retest. That is beautiful. If you can hold that, there is a gap right here into this 225, 227. So right here, you guys can see, look at the gap on Broadcom. Over 227, which is right here, there's a gap to right around this zone right here, right? This is a gap down. And so there is definitely a possibility that you fill this gap, and this would be the first semiconductor to fill the gap. I would watch this today. I am long, and I am very happy to be long. So let's see if we can get this continuation. I will definitely look to get more aggressive if we get a pullback to 227 today for that gap fill. Let's see. MRVL. This is another sort of strong one. I would watch this one as well. MRVL, 110. It's gotten, yesterday I had a panic attack downside and got bought up instantly, right? We had panic attack downside early morning right at 105 and got bought up again instantly, right? Look at this thing yesterday. Panic attack downside, look at that 105 level. Bam, right back off of it. Beautiful. So I like that, right? Another test of these lows and another inability to move lower, right? Sellers failing to move this lower. Beautiful hold, beautiful hold. Back above 110, I would watch MRVL off 110 again today. I would absolutely be watching this one. 110 MRVL. Keep an eye on that thing. ARM has earnings tonight. This is going to be I think this is going to be a very volatile earnings. ARM is a volatile stock. Yeah, 15% expected, $15 expected move. That's huge. That's 10% basically. So big expected move on ARM. This thing loves to move. $15 would take you to 77, which is like right here. 15 lower would take you to what? 10 would be 52. 3. I'm so bad at mental math. 2, 50, 52, 47, 47. Yeah, 47, right? Yeah, 47. So 47 to 77. So pretty big expected move there. I'm not going to trade this today. There's better trades. I think there's better trades. I think you trade Broadcom today. You can probably trade a little bit of MRVL. I don't think you trade the one that has high IV on ARM. So I'd stay away from this one today. Let's see what happens post-earnings. Qualcomm, also another one with earnings tonight. Man, if Qualcomm can get over 176 post-earnings, you're probably going to get a breakout here. Look at this consolidation on Broadcom. So watch 176 on Broadcom. All right, let's continue. Meta. So Meta, just a beast, man. This thing's just a beast. Yesterday, another pullback at 690, another hold. Just keep looking for those pullback longs, man. Pullback longs on Meta has worked every single time. So 690, 680, 660. Keep looking for those pullback longs. Holds over 705, that's your upside continuation. Amazon, same thing. 236.50, 233, 230. Keep an eye on that. I meant Qualcomm, yep. 236, 233, 230. Keep an eye on those pullback long spots. Very nice. Google, nice pullback on Google. Right back down to our key demand at that 190, 185 zone. I really like that. I would say anywhere in here on Google is going to be a nice buy spot. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Overnight, I went ahead and picked up some shares on Google. I'm just playing around with the idea of buying these earning pullbacks into key demands. So I picked up 100 shares of Google in the after hours last night, right around that 191 spot, to see if we can get a nice little pop. So I bought some shares down here around that 50 SMA. I'm just going to risk down to that 184 and basically risk like $500, $600, and then just see if I can get a nice share purchase on Google for moves back to the upside. I think Google is going to be a buying opportunity somewhere in this 184 to 185 zone for sure. That's a big spot, right? If we go out to the daily chart, take a look, right? Look at these previous highs. This will be a beautiful little retest and watch here at 185, 184, I think. Maybe it needs to fill that gap down, but that would be that'd be interesting. Maybe. You'd probably need the market to get really weak for that. But let's see. Let's see. Let's go to, Costco, man. If you guys want to see something that hurts, man, I'll show you, right? Look, this hurts. I'll show you what hurts. Here is Costco. Here's the trade that we took with the chat, right? This was our trade right here. We opened this on January 17th. I opened a Costco February 21st, 9:30 call, and it was on January 17th. You guys should remember this from the live stream. This was the break and retest of the 100 SMA. Now, here's where it hurts, okay? You guys can see right here. I had 50 contracts of that position at $22. Those contracts, as of close yesterday, are at $77. That is a $250,000 profit if I would have never sold any of these positions. So Yeah, I mean, I do it too, right? I mean, sometimes it's fun to look back at, but, overall, what do I take from this? It was a sexy call out. It was a sexy trade. It was a beautiful 100 SMA. I ended up making 50K on this, so I'm pretty happy about that, but, I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Costco, what a stock. What a stock. 100 SMA, exact same thing. That's happened every time. If this does not show you that repeatable patterns come in on the stock market, I don't know what to say, okay? If you can just watch a stock that has something that's repeatable, right? Look at this thing. Just the waves, right? Just riding the waves. Look at that thing. 100 SMA, 100 SMA, 100 SMA, 100 SMA, right? And guess what? Now you're going to have to wait for it to come back. So this trade's over. The best trade is here, right? The best trade's here. The best trade's here. The best trade's here. And now it's gone. So that's it. Costco, if you want to keep trying to ride this thing, you're going to need a hold above this previous all-time high. But I can tell you guys that's not the best trade, okay? That is no longer the best trade. The best trade is down here at the 100 SMA. That's where you needed to long it. It's gone now. Team cost. Love it, man. Congrats to everyone that made money on that thing. What else? Apple. Apple, a little bit of downside because of this China probe. 233 rejections, 226 lows. There's your channel. Wait for it to break one of those sides. APP. Yeah, APP over 370. I would watch that. APP over 370. I'd watch that. I would also watch Lululemon today. Lululemon. This is actually a very interesting gap fill. Over 420. You have a gap to fill on Lulu right here. I would pay attention to that. Right here over 420. If we can get a hold over 420, you might get that Lulu gap fill up to around 470. I have an alert set there. I'm definitely watching that. TEM. Yeah, TEM rejected yesterday at the very key spot. But oh my God. Yeah, we held it. Oh man. That was our level, no? Perfect. Yeah, this looks sort of good now. Look at that hold. That's a perfect hold. That was our level straight from the live stream yesterday. It's absolutely perfect again. 61, right? See that? Now you got to get over 67 though. But you can look to long 61 or wait for a pullback to 57. Beautiful. Yeah, Eli Lilly. Yeah, Eli Lilly's got to get over that 850 spot. 850 is big on Lilly. Over 850, you got a gap to fill as well. Palantir. I tried the long Palantir yesterday, took a loss on it. I tried the long on a retest above these highs around 104. It looked pretty good for a short amount of time, but ultimately failed, so I had to take that loss. But I would watch that 100.5, and I would watch that 97.5. Those are the two levels to look for. You guys are still saying the solvent thing? How delayed are you guys? That was literally the beginning of the live stream. Crowdstrike did exactly what we thought. Crowdstrike did exactly what we said, and this looks sort of good, man. Look at this. Previous highs. Look at that hold on Crowdstrike. This looks sort of sexy. Yeah. Look at that. Break, retest. Look at this long. That's very nice. 410. Is there anything above this? Or is this all-time highs? Yeah, this could go. Oh, this could really go. Look at that daily chart. Holy shit. Yeah, we got to watch Crowdstrike today. We definitely have to watch Crowdstrike today. Look at that little break, consolidation, retest, push higher off this 380, 390 zone. Oh, baby. Yeah, that looks good. Keep an eye on that today, for sure. All right, that's all I got. Overall market, complete shit show. Got to get over these highs on ES. Nasdaq, got to get over this 560. It's already rejecting. QQQ, got to get over this 525 or it's all just nonsense. And finally, what did I miss? ES? No, I did ES. I think SPY I missed. SPY 602. Yep. All right, guys, that's all I got. If you want to join me live every day, trading live on the voice chat, not video chat, voice chat, you can check out the link down below for the Discord. If you want to get more information from me, more content, more educational stuff in the future, check out the mentorship link down below. Coming soon. A lot of work, but hopefully something that provides a lot of value. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for being here, as always. And I hope you learned something today. I hope you enjoyed the analysis as well as some of the talk. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love.